We're live at the International Training and Research Center here at Arlington, Texas, ready for our Stepladder finals at the USBC Senior Queens, presented by Storm Bowling Products. I'm Lucas Wiseman, along with Aaron Smith. About to get started with our first match in the Stepladder finals. Lucy Sandelin versus Paula Vedad. The winner will take on Anne-Marie Dugan for the right to take on the top seed Tish Johnson. Welcome in, Aaron. Good afternoon, Aaron. How are you today?
Doing excellent, Lucas. Looking forward to these unbelievable finals we have here today for you. 3 USBC Hall of Famers, 3 past Senior Queens champions. Doesn't get much better than this.
And Aaron, why don't you run through the format again for everybody out there? How many games are we bowling? What's the situation this afternoon?
All right, we are at the Stepladder finals here.
Introducing the players in our first match.
We're going to be going.
Our
very first match will be the 3 and 4 seed. The 3 seed, Lucy Sandlin, will take on Paula Vedad. By having the 3 seed, Lucy gets the choice of lane and who gets to start and end the match. The winner of that match will advance to take on defending Senior Queens champion, the number 2 seed, Anne-Marie Dugan. After that, the winner goes on to number 1 seed, USBC Hall of Famer Tish Johnson, who earned the right to be the number 1 seed by going 4-0 in match play yesterday, averaging nearly more than 246 for each of her matches. So Tish will only have one match to win to take home the tiara. Here we go. Lucy's going to kick off the action here.
So our first shot out of Lucy Sandelin is a 10-pin. Again, 1-game match. Winner will move on. You'll notice that Aaron and I might be awfully quiet during this match. Very quiet here at the ITRC, and we are directly behind the bowlers, so we don't want to disturb them at all. But we will keep you updated, of course, as we go along here. We are just underway. First match, the Stepladder final. Paula Vedad, first frame. Looks good. Great shot out of Paula to kick things off. Paula won the Senior U.S. Women's Open just this past summer. So she's looking for the back-to-back Senior Women's titles.
Fortunate break there, getting the 8-pin out late, leaving only the 10.
No problem on the spare, so frame and a half in. You can see the scoreboard at the top of your screen. Lucy on the left, Paula on the right. Thanks to the folks at Storm for their sponsorship here of the USBC Senior Queens. More information at stormbowling.com. Great shot by Sandelin in the second to even it up. We are all tied after 2 frames, 20 apiece in the first. Lucy with a slight edge working on the strike versus the spare for Paula.
Good here today. Lucy went 4-1 in match play yesterday, averaging just under 230.
So a chance for a double to take a 10-pin lead right here. Oh, great shot. Fires it in there, leaves the 7. Again, waiting in the wings, Hall of Famer Anne-Marie Dugan, the defending champion here at the Senior Queens, will take on the winner of this match in the semifinal.
She takes care of the spare.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you want to get on Facebook or Twitter, let everybody know that you're watching Stepladder Finals here on Bowl TV of the USBC Senior Queens. We certainly would appreciate it. Got a couple of more great matches coming up after this one to determine our champion. Here's Vedad in the 3rd. Three frames in, no doubles yet. Both players looking pretty comfortable early on here in the pocket. Pretty good ball reaction, it looks like. And looks like Paula's going to take a re-rack here.
I was going to say, late last night in our live stream, we had Paula on the final feature pair to make it here today. She looked a little sore. We talked to her afterwards. She had been fighting some pulled muscles, but she's a competitor. She's ready to go. Going to fight through it. Actually looks like a ball change here on this left lane. After leaving nearly an 8-10 in the second.
Up a little light, leaves the 7-pin standing, so nothing but 9 counts and strikes so far early on. Ooh, that one looked like it might tail off at the end, but it hangs on and picks up the spare, and again, no doubles yet. Still tied.
Great shot there by Lucy.
Well, it certainly seems like, Aaron, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that both players have struck every time on the right lane and 9 spared every time on the left lane.
That is the case.
So Lucy has a chance to break the pattern here, and if she does, she'll take a 10-pin lead. So here we go. Lucy Sandlin a chance to take a lead. It's been dead even all the way through 4 frames so far. Fires it in there. There's a double. And we have our first lead of the day by either player, and it's Lucy Sandlin with a 10-pin lead here in the 5th frame. For those of you just joining us, you're watching the USBC Senior Queens Stepladder Finals, presented by Storm Bowling Products. fifth frame for Paula. Great looking shot there as she's 3 for 3 on that right lane, but needs to find a way to strike on the left lane. Similar situation as Lucy. Lucy figured it out on the left lane last shot. We'll see if Paula can get it done this time around and even the match.
After making a ball change in the last time on lane 9, she's going back to the ball she started with.
Chance to even it up here with a strike, and that one goes high and leaves the split. It is a 6-7-10 here in the 6th, and unless she can find a way to make this, Paula Vedad will fall even further behind here. Again, the winner will take on Anne-Marie Dugan, who is now practicing down on lanes 1 and 2. And Tish Johnson waiting as the top seed in the Stepladder. Good attempt at it. Pinch right, and it would have probably slid that over and made it, but it is an open frame for Vedad in the 6th. 108 in the 6th frame for Paula. Lucy working on a double. Now up by more than 20 pins and a chance to add on to that lead with another strike here.
And she'll reset. A valuable lesson there for all the youngsters watching. Doesn't feel right, step off the approach. Reset, and start from the beginning.
Alright, so here we go. Lucy working on a double, trying to build on her lead. 6th frame. Great shot. She's not really hooking the ball a whole lot. It's kind of what she's done most of the week, just kind of playing it real simple and straight, and it works out well for her.
We saw her do that last night against Karen Barkle. Needed a big run in Game 3. Had a big ball change and tightened up her lines through the last 6 to advance on.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with Lucy Sandelin, she's a Hall of Famer. Former Team USA member, was on Team USA for a long time, 10 years maybe, something like that, and has bowled around the world. Very successful career. And the 10 pin, is it going to go? No. Oh, it does go. It went very, very late. Now there's a question as to whether it fell or not, but it looked good to me. And Tournament Director Eric Pearson's going to look at the screen and make sure that that pin fell down legitimately here. And he has declared that that is a valid strike, as we thought. So it's a 52-pin lead for Lucy Sandelin now after stepping up and throwing those last couple of strikes. So Paula Vedad in some big trouble here.
That looks left.
Yeah, I think that Paula is in a world of hurt right now. You got Lucy stringing some strikes at you, and Paula all of a sudden looking a little lost. But
that's anything can happen in a one-game match, and
goes by so fast.
It certainly does.
Again, the winner, which is looking more and more like it might be Lucy Sandelin, is going to meet Anne-Marie Dugan in the next match. This was basically the semifinal for the right to meet Tish Johnson for the title. And we got a lot of you just tuning in. We are live at the International Training and Research Center here in Arlington, Texas. I'm Lucas Wiseman along with Aaron Smith. USBC Senior Queens presented by Storm Bowling Products. Stepladder finals in progress. Final 4 bowlers who made it out of the bracket yesterday, bowling here for the title. Better looking shot out of Haddad as she gets the 10 out and gets the strike. Paula's max score is 218 if she were to strike out this game. And Lucy Sandelin is well on pace to be ahead of that. Lucy Sandelin on pace for 230 at this point. So Lucy really can shut the door here with a couple of more strikes. A little flat 10, a little lazy 10 there. That's all right though. No damage done. Spare here, and Lucy is still up by 41 heading into the final 2 frames. No problem on the 10-pin conversion.
It's just a matter of staying clean now to advance on to the next round. Marks the 9th and 10th frame will get her released to the 220s.
And that would be good enough, as Paula can only shoot 218. So Lucy just looking to stay clean here in the 9th frame. That was an awkward hit there, but leaves the 9-pin. Ball did not drive through the pins very well on that shot, but, or sorry, the 8-pin, but it's all right. Single pin leaves are good right now for Lucy. It's all she needs.
The Hall of Famer converts, keeping the ball in play here and filling frames.
So again, here's the scenario. Paula Haddad can strike out 9th and 10th for 218, and that would force Lucy Sandelin to mark in the 10th. So a must-strike situation here for Haddad. Trips out the 4, so keeps her hopes alive. So she's hanging on. It's always a chance.
Have to keep your opponent honest here, so.
Haddad must strike on these next 2 shots to have any chance to win the match. It's pretty good. Yep, nice looking shot by Paula. 3 in a row. She's hanging on. Again, if Sandelin were to go 9 miss in the 10th frame, she would shoot 216. Paula Haddad can throw 2 more strikes for 218. Gotta have it. Yep, she caught a handful of that and went over the top of it a little bit and leaves the 3-6, and
Lucy
that
Sandelin
will
will
just about do
advance,
it. Yep.
sitting on the bench.
Technically, she still needs a couple of pins, but Paula's going to be at 206. If Lucy goes gutter, she shoots 198. So I don't think that's going to happen. But Paula Haddad, a nice finish there. Gave it a run, 205. Final score for Paula Haddad. So Lucy just wrapping it up here. Needs to keep it on the lane. Knock down a couple of pins. And that's going to be good enough right there. Gets the strike for good measure. So Lucy Sandelin is going to advance to take on Anne-Marie Dugan in the second match of this step ladder.
And what a week Anne-Marie had.
Anne-Marie has been on fire here at the Senior Queens this year after winning last year.
She was third after the first day of qualifying, first after day 2. After day 3, she had set a new Senior Queens record for a 15-game qualifying score of 35.05, approximately 233 average. And then in her second round in the winner's bracket yesterday, she set a new 3-game series mark, defeating Christy Witcher 802 to 674. The only blemish in her record all week was in the match to determine the 1 versus 2 seed, in which she fell to Tish Johnson 738 to 602.
Final score, Lucy Sandelin 228, Paula Vidal 205. So Anne-Marie's going to come in and get a little bit of practice here.
Lucy Sandelin advanced with a 228 and 205 victory. Big round of applause here for Paula. Great week, her 4th place finisher.
They're going to get a couple of shots of practice. And Tish Johnson's actually going to come in, get some practice of her own.
Interesting note, Lucas, our number one seed, USBC Hall of Famer Tish Johnson, defeated each of the finalists during match play yesterday. She drew Lucy, Paula, and Anne-Marie, and was able to escape each of those tough matches pretty handily, so she's really liked this 40-foot oil pattern here this week, and now it's down to a 1-game match.
Lucy will get a couple of shots off to the left to stay warm. While we have a break, I want to thank the folks at Storm Bowling Products for their sponsorship of the USBC Senior Queens. Storm is the bowler's company. More information at stormbowling.com. Our thanks again to the folks at Storm for stepping up and sponsoring senior women's bowling. Much appreciated by all of the competitors here this week and, of course, all of us here at USBC as well. So Tish and Anne-Marie stepping in for just a few minutes of practice here before we get underway with our next match, which is going to be Lucy Sandelin versus Anne-Marie Dugan.
I was going to say last year to win her first Senior Queens title, Anne-Marie actually ran the ladder, winning 3 matches to become the second bowler to capture a Queens and Senior Queens title, joining USBC Hall of Famer Sandy Postma.
Well, she won't have to work quite as hard this year. Got to sit out a match. Obviously, the scores you see at the top are not valid. They are just practicing right now. They'll get those reset in just a moment. But we are just in practice right now, and Anne-Marie Dugan and Tish Johnson got a few balls of practice. Treating it like a TV show. The The bonus with treating it like a TV show, no commercials here on Bowl TV. So the only commercial we have is to thank Storm Bowling Products, which we'll do over and over again because they're a great sponsor and a great company, and we appreciate all they do for the sport of bowling and also for their sponsorship, not only the senior queens, but also the regular queens as well. Again, Marie's going to get a couple of more shots here. While we've got a break in the action, we'd appreciate it if you would get on Facebook, Twitter, let everybody know that you're watching our live coverage of the USBC Senior Queens Stepladder Finals.
And also new for the Senior Queens, the introduction of high definition.
That's right.
Had a lot of positive comments throughout the week. Alright, looks like we're just about set here. Gotta be turning the lanes back on. Eric Pearson's gonna make his announcements. He says Lucy's gonna start the match on lane 9. So we're just about ready.
And that means we can pull the scoreboards, excuse me, back up on the screen. Sandelin will be, looks like on the left side of the screen. Emery Dugan will be on the right. So our semifinal about to get started.
And away we go, Lucy Sandlin.
Great first shot right out of the gates here. Lucy shot 228 in the first game. So
the number 2 seed is looking to become the first repeat champion in Senior Queens history. Please welcome defending champion and USBC Hall of Famer from Edmond, Oklahoma, Anne Marie Dugan.
There's the introduction from Eric Pearson, our tournament director, and you heard him say it. Anne Marie looking to become the first player to ever win back-to-back Senior Queens titles. And here we go, first frame. Great start. I'll tell you what, Aaron, her ball reaction has looked stellar all week long, and I expect some big scores out of not only her but Tish as well. And Lucy's going to have to bowl, I think, more than 228 to win this match.
Anne Marie's a little further left than our competitors in the first match, so we'll see how that plays into.
And I think that's to her benefit. I think it's to her benefit to be just a little further left and throw it to the spot where they broke them down. And, of course, Tish coming in left-handed won't have any impact on what's happening. So I think Anne Marie's in a real good spot here. Gets the 4 out, trips it out, and that was a little left to target, I think, and a little high, and starts off with a double, though, and an early 10-pin lead. All right, Sandelin stepping up now, second frame. Anne Marie has definitely set the early tone for this match by kicking it off with a double. Lucy looking to match, and she does. We could be in for some fireworks this evening, I think, Aaron.
Couldn't agree more, Lucas. 2 past champions, 2 Hall of Famers.
Just tuning in, we are live at the International Training and Research Center. I'm Lucas Wiseman, along with Aaron Smith. Finals of the USBC Senior Queens, presented by Storm Bowling Products. This is the semifinal match. Both players with a double to start, and Lucy turns it into 3 in a row, and now she's got a 10-pin lead early on. So now the pressure shifts back to Anne-Marie to match. Looks pretty good.
Perfect.
You know, one thing that I think you'll notice about these players, high ball speed. You notice that the ball speed very high for both Paula Vidal, also for Lucy Sandelin and Anne-Marie Dugan. Tish Johnson, not that low either, but high ball speed, definitely something in common, especially on the right side. And I would say that all three of our right-handers on the show today have above average ball speed when comparing to the rest of the field. Significantly above average, probably. Anne-Marie trying to stay perfect. Got another one, 4 in a row. And now she's up 10.
Back and forth here, Lucas.
Yeah, it's like a prize fight here. Both players taking shot after shot. Right now, Anne-Marie's got the early lead, 10 pins. So can Lucy match it? Little right of target, asks for it to hook, and leaves the 7 pin. She knew off her hand that that was a little bit right of target and needed a little help.
Still mixed them up. The 7 pin, we've seen a lot of those throughout the entire tournament here at the ITRC.
I said it a million times, and I'll say it again. Those light 7s don't carry very well here at the International Training and Research Center, and Lucy found out right then. Lucy looking to cover it up, and she does, no problem. Down 11 pins now. So 4 frames in the books. Anne-Marie Dugan leading by 11. Here in our semifinal, the winner to meet Hall of Famer Tish Johnson for the title. Lucy trying to get back on track. It's a much better shot. Right on target, gets the strike. And bad news is if Anne-Marie steps up those couple of more strikes here, all of a sudden Lucy is in a big hole, and she's only missed once. So let's see what Anne-Marie does here in the 5th. It's on target. Good looking shot. Her ball reaction is stellar right now. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And we've said that a lot watching Anne-Marie this week. Her ball reaction, you just could not dream of better ball reaction than what she's had this week.
The scores certainly prove it. Outside of her match against Tish, just on fire the entire week. Stepping up in the 6th frame.
So now Anne-Marie up by 21. Chance to go up 31 with a strike here. It's going to check up a little bit. I didn't think that was that far off of where she has been, but maybe a slight adjustment is coming for her. So she leaves the 4 pin. Spare here, still up 20.
And she covers. Without a doubt.
Well, that opens the door for Lucy to make up some ground here. Lucy strikes on this next shot. She'll cut it to 10. And if she can strike in the 6th and the 7th, guess what?
Lucy's
all even. It'll be all even.
All even.
Yeah, because they're both both on the 9 spares in the game. See what Lucy does here. There's a strike for the double. Pulls to within 10. So Lucy Sandelin one more strike away from evening the match, but she would still have a slight advantage because she'd be working on a string and have an opportunity to take the lead on her next shot if she can strike here in the 7th. I don't think she liked that one too much off her hand, but gets away with it and strikes for the triple.
She's certainly looking for some help, and
she got it.
She got it.
And we're all tied up.
Big sigh of relief after that one.
Now all of a sudden, a lot of pressure on Anne-Marie here in the 7th. Get something going again. Great shot. It goes without saying, if you look at the scoreboards, if both of them were to strike out, they would tie at 279. So we are as close as you can get right now, with 3 frames to go. Anne-Marie can take a 10-pin lead if she strikes here.
She left a 4-pin last time on this line. Gets all 10 this time.
And there's a double. This is a huge game for both of these players.
Oh, you called it early on.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a high-scoring match, and it's living up to the billing so far. So Lucy, now down by 10, can even it up with another strike here in the 8th. Got it. 4 in a row for Sandelin. 2 frames to go, and we are dead even. Again, a matchup of Hall of Famers here. The winner moves on to take on Hall of Famer Tish Johnson for the title. Lucy a chance to take a 10-pin lead. And a flat 10. 6-pin went in the gutter and kind of rolled back behind it. Did not have a chance to knock it over, and now Anne-Marie Dugan is in prime position to step up in the 9th and the 10th and seal the deal. Gotta have the spare. Cleans it up, no problem. Wow, the best that Lucy can shoot now is 258. And Anne-Marie, if she goes strike on her next 2 shots, that'd be enough for the shutout. That'd put her in the 260s. So a big shot here for Anne-Marie. That's a little right of target, but look at it come roaring back. I mean, when I say right of target, it was right by about a board and a half, maybe, max. And now Anne-Marie is in great shape. She is 1 strike away from reaching the title match for the 2nd consecutive year. Strike to win the match. And she got a little wide. The ball did not have as much energy in through the pocket. And she leaves the 10-pin.
How this match is shaped up, Lucas. Unbelievable.
We still have a very high likelihood of a tie. Anne-Marie, if she makes this, can max at 258. Picks it up, no problem. So Anne-Marie Dugan with a strike on the fill will shoot 258. Lucy Sandelin can strike out all three in the 10th for 258. So this is a pretty big fill shot for Anne-Marie Dugan. Got to get all 10 on this one.
Doesn't get much bigger than this.
Got to get all 10 here.
Checked up
She
early.
gets 8. Yep, checked up early on her, and she knows it. 256 for Anne-Marie Dugan. So that means that Lucy Sandelin can win the match with 2 strikes and 9 pins here in the 10th frame. She needs 2 strikes and 9 pins to win. Could not have asked for a better match than what we're seeing right now. You guys are being treated to a fantastic display of bowling here this afternoon. Gotta have it. Got it. Fires it in there for a strike.
We saw her take advantage of an opening last night in the elimination bracket. Coming down 28 in the last game, making a huge ball change, firing the last 6 to stay alive. Here she is again.
Lucy Sandelin needs a strike and 9 pins. Anything other than that, anything other than a strike right here, she loses. Has to strike on this shot. Here we go. Oh, and look at the 5 go sideways. Wow. I thought that ball was going to flat 10 off her hand.
She went with a lot of ball speed on that one, high and tight.
Not determined yet. She still needs 9 pins on this shot to lock up the win. Anne-Marie Dugan, 256. If Lucy Sandelin gets 9 or better, she will advance to the title match. So here we go.
Looks pretty good.
Oh, that was almost an 8-10, wasn't it? That 8 went a little late and gets enough. 257 to 256. What a match. Lucy Sandelin takes down the defending champion Anne-Marie Dugan and will bowl Tish Johnson for the title. Wow. That was some match right there.
Folks, it only gets better from here.
Great match.
Semi-final match. Congratulations, Lucy will move on. Big round of applause for our third place finisher and defending champion, Anne-Marie Dugan. Great tournament.
All right, so we're going to step away for a minute here while Tish gets her practice in. Be back in just a minute with the start of the next match, our championship match, coming up here in just a couple of minutes. All right, Tish Johnson just getting her final shots of practice in here before we get started with our championship match. And Tyler Jensen from Storm Bowling Products is joining us for the championship match. Tyler, while we wait to get started, give you an opportunity to do some plugs for Storm and Roto. And what are some things that are out right now that people should be interested in from Storm? I know we saw Anne-Marie throwing the Storm Vitalite a lot this week, which seems to be a fantastic piece.
Yes, thank you for having us, Lucas. It's always a pleasure to get to join you here. But yeah, last week we had the Storm Bite and the Rain On come out, and they were very successful releases. Anne-Marie used one the first day of qualifying, and I'm sure it didn't help that she was pretty relaxed and she was already in the cut. But yeah, she bowled fantastic with the Bite, and it's a new asymmetrical weight block that's a little higher RG, lower diff, and I think it's just kind of exciting. Bowlers now are becoming more and more educated, and we see them pay more attention to the weight block, numbers of the cores, and I think they're purchasing the products because of that. They can see that this ball is going to fit more into their arsenal, and it's going to help them retain energy down lane because of the numbers and the core strength. So
Looks like we're about ready to get started.
yeah, Tish said she was ready to go. I was talking to her over there, and she said she was just going to throw a few shots and wanted to get up there and bowl.
Yeah, I think Tish is always ready to go. She's she doesn't like to wait around. She likes to get the business and get going. And
what a semifinal match! That
that was
finish.
incredible.
Yeah, wow.
We predicted before it got started it was going to be a high-scoring match, and turned out that was true.
Yeah, Anne-Marie bowled a great game. She bowled great all week.
Fortunately, Anne-Marie came up just one pin short of.
Yeah, that count on that fill ball.
Yep.
She said she got it a little soft into the right, and it just hit that dry and overreacted.
So we're ready to get started with our championship match here in the Stepladder Finals. Lucy Sandelin, a Hall of Famer, and a former Team USA member for many, many years, getting ready to take on Tish Johnson here, also a former Team USA member. She made the team the later stages of her career, but she made it, and she's a fantastic career on the PWBA Tour. So here's Lucy to start things off, and gets a little luck there to get the 5-pin out, but starts off with a strike. I think Tish is throwing Storm stuff.
Yep, Tish is she's been a Storm staffer for years.
Colorado Springs, Colorado, please welcome Tish Johnson.
She's also a owner in T&M's Pro Shops. She has a chain of pro shops in Colorado. I think they're up to 5, I believe. I don't call on them anymore. But I think it's 4 or 5 locations, but just a great bowler. Bowled this year in the senior Team USA, correct?
That's correct, yeah. Off to a great start with a strike, and I would not be surprised if we have another high-scoring match here. Tish's ball reaction has looked really good all week, and she has put up some really big numbers in match play and qualifying, so would not be a surprise to see another 250 game win this match.
She was teasing me that I watched her bowl in the sweeper on Friday, and she used the Bite, and it looked pretty good, but she started with this IQ Tour, and it's the only ball she's used all week.
I was going to say, I think she's been throwing that ball.
She hasn't thrown anything else. Even uses it for spares, the few that she's left.
So second frame, that was a little wide, comes up light and leaves the 3-9. My brain always has to think a little bit extra hard when we've got a left-hander up there on the leaves.
Backwards.
Tish leaves the 3-9 here in the second frame. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the USBC Senior Queens Stepladder Finals presented by Storm. I'm Lucas Wiseman, along with Tyler Jensen of Storm Bowling Products. And our thanks to Storm for stepping up and sponsoring this great event. I know every single one of the competitors this week appreciates what Storm does for them. And
well, our goal next year is we're getting Barbara Chrisman the bowl.
That would be fantastic.
Yep, she started a league in Utah, so she's getting back into bowling, and
of course Barbara, one of the owners of Storm.
Yeah, one of the owners. We're gonna drag her here next year, and we're gonna make her bowl.
Well, next year we're gonna be in Reno.
Yep.
That's right. So that's not too far from Storm. Storm based in just a couple of states over.
Yep.
So let's see if Lucy can take the early lead here.
Lucy looks like she moved in a little bit with her eyes. Does it look like that to you?
Yeah, that ball not doing a whole lot right there. But
No,
she's not really done a whole lot with the ball this week anyways. It's kind of hard and straight is what she's been doing. And she's on the fill ball on the last match. I thought she flirted a little bit with an 8-10. 8 went a little late.
Right.
That one, same kind of reaction.
same.
So that's not the kind of bowling reaction you want to see. So she may need to make an adjustment.
I don't know. For her, it might be just moving right and going with a weaker ball. I don't think she wants to mess around moving left too much.
No, I certainly would not if I were her.
She just quite doesn't hook it like Anne-Marie does. So you're here next week as well?
Yeah, we've got the Super Senior Classic starting tomorrow. That'll be here on live on Bowl TV the next 3 days.
What do you think? Pete McCordick turns 60 tomorrow. I mean, it's like they built this tournament for him.
Yeah, we'll have live coverage of that starting tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on Bowl TV. We're all tied up after 2 frames.
Lucy got that one way in, just faded. Looked like she caught that one a little bit more though than on lane 10. So she definitely has some hold.
Yeah, both players, both right-handers in that last match, Anne-Marie and Lucy, had a little bit of area. And I thought that Anne-Marie probably would have won the match, but you just don't know.
I thought with Paula and Lucy both playing to the right that
exactly
Anne-Marie
what I
was
said. She had
definitely
a
gonna
place
have a
to pitch it to.
Yep, and she did.
Yep.
But yeah, just
She bowled
unfortunate.
250, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to win with 250.
You think so?
All right, both players strike, spare, strike. Again, thanks to Storm for sponsoring the USBC Senior Queens. More information on all of the great Storm products at stormbowling.com.
Yeah, it's a very important tournament to us. You know, youth and the senior organizations of USBC are very important, and we're just proud to be part of them. Plus, I love the masking units. Those are so cool.
They are very cool.
Those came out fantastic.
Tish looking to take an early lead. And she does. Double for her, up by 10. Of course, Tish on the right side of the scoreboard on your screen, and Lucy on the left. You probably figured that out by now, though.
Tish doesn't like to start the match.
No?
No, we were just talking about that. She prefers to always have her opponent start. So if you're ever bowling Tish in match play, make her start.
You're giving away her secrets.
That's what I just told her.
Well, Lucy a chance to even it up here if she can strike again.
Looked like she got that one a little bit more at the bottom. Much better shot than that last couple on lane 10.
Ball definitely drove through the pins a little bit harder than it had been the last couple of shots on that right lane. And want to remind you that you can look at the schedule for all of our upcoming Bowl TV live streaming events. Go to bowl.com/livestream. We'll be here the next 3 days with the Super Senior Classic here at the International Training and Research Center, and then I'll be heading to Siberia for the World Cup.
Oh, cool.
In a couple of weeks. We'll have live coverage of the Kubica AMF World Cup from Krasnoyarsk, Russia.
How long have you been working on that?
Long time. Lucy firing it in there again. And
got it. I thought she might have missed that one a little bit at the bottom, but lane 9 might hook a little bit more for her. Anne-Marie had that lane hooking just a couple boards more, she said.
Lucy's very effective with that, I call it the high hard one, just firing it in there. And if you can repeat shots and get enough rotation on the ball to get it to carry, it can be very, very effective. And you don't really have to worry about lane conditions too much.
Yeah, she can kind of overpower the lane.
Yep. Tish more of a little bit of a finesse player.
Yep.
But still pretty good ball speed.
Yes, still very strong. It's a pretty good shot.
We're all tied up halfway through our championship match here. Both players strike, spare, triple to open the title match.
Think we could have like 280 to 280?
It's very possible.
It is possible.
I had a feeling we'd have some big scorers, and so far we're on track. So Tish can take the lead by 10 with another strike here in the 6th. And a little bit of a flat flat 7 there.
You almost said flat
I
10.
did. I did.
It
I was
coming.
close. I
It
caught
was
myself.
coming.
Got to remember, it's like looking in a mirror.
This is some of the best I've seen Tish bowl. She's just had great balance at the line and has just bowled great all week.
She's always had that real smooth delivery with the exaggerated release.
Yep.
And it's just a great game to watch.
Yeah, when she's got it going, she's great to watch.
Covered
7 pin?
Yep, no problem. But Lucy will have her chance to grab the lead here. She strikes again.
Quite a show tonight. 3 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, when we got down to our final 4, I said that if you'd have started the week and picked those 4, you probably would have had a real good chance to get it right.
A lot like last year.
Let's see what Lucy does here. A chance to take the lead. Look at that. It's done. The ball looks a little flat rolling into the pocket, but it's still getting the job done. 4 in a row.
I think you said, with her speed, that high hard one, she can get away a little bit with those hits because of her ball speed. That was a big shot.
Yeah, now she's up 11. And a chance to go up 21 with another strike. Hope you guys are enjoying our broadcast here tonight. High definition coverage here on Bowl TV now.
Now that's something new,
Looking
right?
crystal clear.
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
Isn't that nice? Nice picture. Got the scoreboards on the top of the screen. We're going fancy here.
As long as we're not on it in HD, we're going to be just fine.
Lucy fires it in there again.
Yeah. That one looked even farther left, but just held right there. Kept her speed up.
Ball speed can be such a huge advantage in women's bowling.
It certainly can. Certainly can.
And, Lucy
And almost
has, yeah, go ahead.
a disadvantage on the men's side.
Sure.
You can see where when it's too much, they can shoot it through the pattern.
Well, Tish now has to get her striking shoes on.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Might be her best shot of the tournament so far right there. That was very nice.
I think she knows it. She
Yeah.
needs them all to have a shot at this.
And Tish has had a great career. She has won a lot of titles. She's never won the Queens, and so this would be big for her. It's kind of like the Senior Masters earlier this summer. Pete Weber never won the Masters,
Right.
but he was absolutely thrilled to win the Senior Masters. He said, I don't care if it's seniors. It doesn't matter to me. As long as it says Masters on the trophy, it's all that matters. I think Tish is probably in the same boat. She just wants a trophy that says Queens on it.
Talk about a guy once he turned 50. I mean, Pete Weber's turned it up. I don't know if there's quite anybody bowling as well as he is right now.
Tish asking for it to strike, and she gets it.
She said, come on, baby.
Yeah, got the job done, and she's down by 1.
Think a little gamesmanship there. Trying to say, hey, I'm not done yet. I'm sticking around.
Well, Tish can max at 259, and Lucy can max at 270. Sorry, 280. So we've certainly got Lucy with the advantage right now, but not by much. Eighth frame. Wow.
It just is like farther left, and it just keeps holding right there.
It's almost like she's just willing it to strike, and it's working. And now she's got 6 in a row. And if Lucy strikes here in the 9th, she is going to be in prime position to win this title. Of course, Lucy won the Senior Queens back in 2007. So it's been a while since she has picked up the Senior Queens title, and desperately wanting another one.
Pretty big shot here in the 9th.
Oh, look at the 7 fall backwards.
4-5-7 going out late.
Wow. That was a huge break.
That was because she goes 9 spare strike. I believe that's 269. No, that's still 259. Excuse me.
So Tish essentially needs to strike out here in the 9th and the 10th. She's feeling it.
Yep, good shot. She's got to get them all, and I think, again, count's going to be a huge factor.
Yeah, it's basically a kind of a very similar match to our last match, where the count is very important. They're both at about the same pace in terms of score.
Yeah, Tish has 2:59 left, and Lucy, of course, will go 9 spare strike for 2:59 as well.
So these are a couple of big shots coming up here in the 10th frame for Tish Johnson. Tish won the National Golden Ladies this year. Finished 3rd at the Senior U.S. Women's Open. Would love to add a Senior Queens title, and disaster in the 10th. A 4-6-7 split.
Looked like she came around that one at the bottom. And
yeah,
it just,
Lucy Sandelin is going to win the Senior Queens.
Sitting on the bench?
Sitting on the bench. What a way to win.
Tish is
tough for Tish.
Upset with herself, too. Don't know if it's just that you can't say she rushed it because she doesn't take too much time anyways. She definitely got up there pretty quick. And
I have a feeling that Tish Johnson is going to relive that shot tonight over and over and over again in her head.
Should make that 11-hour drive back to Colorado feel like 22.
Yeah, 2:24 for Tish. And Lucy just needs to keep it on the lane.
Right.
She will win.
Great game by Tish, but I think we both thought the same thing today. It was going to take a little bit more than 220 to win.
There it is. That's enough. Lucy Sandelin is your 2013 Senior Queens champion. For the 2nd time in her career, Lucy Sandelin has won the Senior Queens. Won it back in 2007, and now she'll be the 2013 champion. And Lucy can max it 280. She's grabbing another ball for the cameras here.
They should have won both 280.
Well, you never know. She's throwing this ball well, too. The way that Lucy's lined up, I'm not sure it matters what ball she throws. She'll probably strike.
Down there.
Let's see what happens here. Hooks it a little bit more, and she's like, I could have struck with that one, too. No problem. But what a performance by Lucy Sandelin. Runs the ladder here and gets the victory. Wins 3 matches in a row. Takes down Paula Vidal in the opening match. And she beat defending champion Anne-Marie Dugan.
She's going to switch again, Lucas.
Yes, she is. She's throwing them all. And now taking down Hall of Famer Tish Johnson in the title match. So the final shot. Lucy Sandelin, 279 to 224. What a performance by the Hall of Famer as she takes home the 2013 Senior Queens title. Tyler, thanks for sitting in with us. We appreciate it. And we'll wait for the trophy presentation, so hang in there with us. And Tyler, any parting words?
I don't think so. We got to watch some great bowling there. I mean, I don't know what you say there. 279.
Yeah. And again, thanks to Storm for the great sponsorship of this event. StormBowling.com for more information on Storm products.
We've got there's a lot of bowling going on this week with the World Series here at the ITRC.
Super Series here. Lucy shot 764 for her 3 matches.
Lucy just pulled 764 for her last 3 they just announced. So quite a performance in the finals.
Now, I'm trying to get you guys a better look here at Lucy. They're going to bring out the trophy and do the presentation.
Mr. Stu Upson.
Thanks again, Tyler, for sitting in, and we appreciate it. Thanks to Storm.
Week.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see if she can cash this tomorrow.
Over by the. That's okay, Matt's got it.
And with the hardware, our Managing Director of Tournaments, Mr. Brian Lewis. And we'll bring in defending champion Anne-Marie Dugan here with the tiara for Lucy, her second Queen's title. Congratulations, Lucy.